Hey everyone, welcome to vlog number 2 from the Puppet Guy. That's me, Pastor Dave. I'm really excited to share with you some things that I have coming up, and also give you a little report about outreach that I just did on June the 5th at a rehab center and what's coming up as well. I also want to show you some of my characters that I've been using. I'm going to be showing half of the characters that I have, and then in the next blog I'll show you the other half, because there's a lot of puppets that I have. I have a lot of new ones I'm developing as well. So let's get started. Let me first start off with a report about June the 5th. It was a Wednesday. I went to the Brookhaven Rehab Center in Patchogue. Did something I have never done before, and that is I did a comedy show. I used Roscoe, who many of you may remember from Smithtown. He was a character, kind of an orange character that kind of wraps around me. I used him for some comedy, as well as the debut of Tony the Talking Pizza, and that was a big hit as well. I actually laughed about it because during the show, there was a man in the front row. He was asleep the whole entire time, and when I ended, he looks up and goes, "That's it." So that was a good laugh. But that went really well. I was invited back. We'll be getting an invitation back to do that again. And I'm looking for other opportunities to go to other nursing homes and do some comedy as well. So thank you for thinking of me, and thank you for praying for me as well. I also have coming up on this Friday, I'll be in Ocean Grove, New Jersey at the Beach Pavilion. I have been to Ocean Grove many, many times. The first time I went there was in 1997. I went with Northeastern Bible College. They had an alumni day, and I was able to go there and to do a program with some of the Kids of Mission students that we had. And each year I got invited back, and got a very nice compliment from Don Cleaves, who runs the program. And he said to me, "You have one of the best puppet programs. We love having you come every year." So I will be coming, as I said, this Friday at 3:30 at the Ocean Grove Beach Pavilion. So if you're in the area, come down, say hi. I'd love to see you and love to reconnect with many of you. And also, if you can remember me in your prayers for that, that is a wonderful outreach. It is along the beach on a boardwalk at a pavilion, and people come in. Most of the time, they want to come in from the shade because it's so hot out. The sun's coming down on them. So they come into the pavilion, and we're able to share the gospel. So I'll be using one of my puppet characters as well as some gospel allusions and some music. So, like I said, come on down. I'd love to have you be a part of it, and love to say hi to you. And that's coming up again, like I said, on Friday, July the 12th. I also have some themes coming up this fall, as well as Christmas and for next year. This fall, I'll be doing a theme called Sports Spectacular. Be using all different sports themes. Grandpa Lou will be a referee. I'll also be dressed up as a referee. I have Shelton the Shark as an Olympic swimmer. A lot of you remember Loudmouth. He'll be a cheerleader. So it's going to be a great theme, and I'm looking to do some themes to bring to churches to share the gospel with boys and girls, and as well as families and adults. So that'll be happening September through November of this year, the Sports Spectacular. I also have a Christmas theme I'm working on. It's going to be called the Holly Jolly Christmas Party, and that will be in the month of December. So just to give you a little preview, Grandpa Lou will be Santa Claus, as you probably would guess. And I have Shelton the Shark will be kind of wrapped up in Christmas lights and other Christmas themes as well with the characters. So that's coming up in December. It's going to be called the Holly Jolly Christmas Party. And the next theme I'll be doing in January, which I'm really excited about, is I haven't had a name for it yet, but it will be a theme for science versus the Bible. So I'll be using a program called Sermons in Chemistry, and I have other ideas as well, just to kind of share the gospel by using chemicals, mixing things together. Things will be changing color, and I'll be dressed up as a professor, and I have other puppet characters I'll be debuting. I'll be talking about that at the end. But that'll be coming up in January, probably through the spring. And again, I'm trying to think of a creative name for it, but right now it's Science versus the Bible theme. That'll be from January through May of next year. So these 3 themes will be happening. I have the whole year planned out for that, as well as getting some new material with some characters, some new characters, as well as some new magic tricks and gospel allusions and things like that. So I'm excited about what God has in store for me, and I'm just praying that I can get this website launched pretty soon. I do have the name for the website, and I have the domain name rather, but I'm looking to develop a logo as well as this website, and have business cards to hand out. Um, like a lot of many things take time to build, so I'm building this very slowly, but I know there's going to be a great theme. So what I want to do for you right now is show you the characters that I have been using through the years. The first character is a very popular one, and let me grab him. So I'll be leaving the screen here a little bit. A lot of you know him, my very first character that I ever did, and you'll recognize him right away. I just want to kind of show you all what I kind of do with my characters. Let me just put this guy on here. Give me 1 second here as I get him on. This character is Grandpa Lou, as a lot of you can guess. The very first character that I ever did in front of an audience. I had other ones I did before, but weren't as successful. But Grandpa Lou debuted in July of 2001. And let me bring him out here. I'll slide over so you can see Grandpa. There's Grandpa Lou. Hey, how you doing? Like I said, Grandpa Lou was the first character I ever did. In the early part of 2001, I saw this character in a magazine, Axtell Expressions, in a catalog. If you remember catalogs back in the day. And saw Grandpa Lou, and I actually had my kids name him Grandpa Lou. They named him from the Rugrats theme, the cartoon. There was a grandpa on the show named Grandpa Lou. So that's where he got his name from. My kids named him Grandpa Lou. But I had him sitting actually in my office for probably 6 months, maybe even less than that, maybe I'd say 4 months. And honestly, I was petrified to do this character. You were? Yes, I was. I was petrified because I didn't know how it would come off. I remember the first time I did it at Vacation Bible School 2001. The theme that year was Jesus to the Rescue. And I remember putting him on my arm and put my hand rather and bringing him out in front of the audience and the kids. And I was petrified, but it came off so well that I was actually invited to do him the following Sunday morning in front of the church service in the morning. So my first ever character is Grandpa Lou. Don't touch my tie. That's right. And Grandpa, you were the first one I ever had. I'm number one. You're number one. That's right. Don't touch my tie. All right. So that's Grandpa Lou. That was the first character I ever did. And like I said, it came off really well. And but I knew after doing Grandpa Lou, I had to come up with some new ideas. It just couldn't be just Grandpa Lou. I needed some other ideas. So about a week after Grandpa Lou debuted in, like I said, July 2001, I looked in another catalog called the Train Depot, and was trying to look for something a little different than just a character, a full body, something will be a little bit more easier. And this is the puppet that I actually saw. This is the first puppet I did after Grandpa Lou. His name is Sunkissed. What I did was in the magazine I saw a character coming out of a garbage can. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I had him come out of a garbage can, make a little stand. I had my friend Bob build me a little platform for Sunkissed, and Sunkissed came out. This is Sunkissed. I haven't really used him much lately. I don't have the full garbage can here, but I just want to show you the character Sunkissed. Hey, Sunkissed, how you doing? Hey. Sunkissed loves oranges and named him Sunkissed, Sonkist, after the soda. He is probably the biggest hit amongst the preschoolers, which I didn't realize would happen. But as I bring him to the preschool department in my church, the kids absolutely just love him. They like me. They love you. That's right. Okay, that's Sunkissed. So Sunkissed actually debuted in the spring of 2002. So here I had two characters. Things are going really well with the two characters. Then I needed a third character. Figured I have two. I have Grandpa Lou, Sunkissed. Someone gave me money for a puppet. And so I saw this puppet in the Axtell Expressions catalog called Crybaby. Now, I do no longer own Crybaby. There's a big reason for that. One is I got a lot of complaints about Crybaby. When I first started doing Crybaby, he's actually a two-headed puppet. One side of his head, he's like a baby smiling, you know. The other side of the head, he's like this, just really screaming his brains out. And not realizing, you know, when you're a puppeteer, you know, you're using a puppet, people actually think that these characters are real, but they're really not. Okay, they are puppets. So originally, I put my hand over Crybaby's mouth. I had a woman in the church upset with me, telling me, you know, you can't be doing that, showing the kids that they'll be putting their hands over babies' faces. So Crybaby was probably one of my biggest challenges because there are people who loved him and there are people that disliked him a lot. So I decided to discontinue doing Crybaby because of the amount of complaints that I got. So my son Tyler now owns Crybaby, and I no longer use Crybaby. It was a fun puppet to do, but like I said, no longer have him. So he was the third one that I had, who again, like I said, I no longer have. So I needed a new character. Like I had the three: Grandpa Lou, Sunkissed, and Crybaby. So I came across this wonderful looking puppet, but I thought would be a lot easier. Now let me I'm out of the picture again, so let me just give me 1 second. I came across, I was trying to find a character that I could just basically not have to worry about a stand or not have to worry about a platform like Sunkiss was on. I just needed a character I can just kind of grab and run up on the stage. So I came up with another one from Axel Expressions called Shelton the Shark. Yep, 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 yep. And Shelton, what do you love more than anything? I love Snicker bars. You do. Here you go. You have a Snicker bar for you. Here you go. You have the Snicker bar. Let go of my hand, Shelton. Stop that. Your hand tastes like peanut butter. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So I came up with Shelton the Shark. He back basically came out. I think it was Easter of 2004. So a little story behind Shelton the Shark. How I got the name. Growing up, I was a huge basketball fan. I love the New York Knicks, and there was a basketball player named Lonnie Shelton who played for the Knicks and was later traded to the Seattle Supersonics for Marvin Webster. But playing basketball with my friends, I had one guy up the block named Jeff who would always yell, Lonnie Shelton. So whenever I heard the Shelton, the name Shelton kind of came to me with a Shelton and Shark. So just so you know, his name is not Sheldon with a D, it's Shelton with a T. A lot of people have mispronounced his name. Shelton, Shelton, Shelton the Shark. How you doing? All right, so that's Shelton the Shark, and I know how I got the name for Shelton. So for a few years, I did not have any new characters. I didn't want to kind of go on overload. I had the main four: Grandpa Lou, Sunkissed, Crybaby, and Shelton, and was able to take them to different places and minister with these four characters. So I needed down the road about 2 years later, I had another idea. I wanted to have another animal puppet. So again, looking through Axel Expressions, and they're amazing, amazing puppets. They have a lot of great stuff. Came across this character, Basset Hound, and I want to kind of give him a different feel. His name is Buster the Basset Hound, and Buster is from Georgia, from the mountains of Georgia. He's very slow. He wears a John Deere hat, and this is Buster the Basset Hound. Well, I don't know. What you doing? How you doing there, Buster? So Buster came out in 2006, and I kind of got the name because I remember back when I was a kid, there were these Buster Brown shoes, and they had a picture of a Basset Hound on some sort of advertisement. I don't know how I remember that, but I do. So I decided to name him Buster. As you can see, he has a John Deere hat. He's very slow, and a lot of times I'll have him sing and do different things as a character, and He has become a little popular, and I just kind of use him more of an icebreaker type of puppet. So that's the first half of what I have coming up with my characters. I'm going to next month show you the rest of the puppet characters that I have. And also wanted to let you know I have some new characters that I'm developing and working on. I don't actually own these yet. I'm looking to get some money together to buy these. But when I do my science versus the Bible theme, I'm going to be purchasing a, uh, a, a mouse puppet that I want to call Pat the Lab Rat, who will be kind of like a test tube rat, kind of like in a laboratory. So I'm working on that character. Like I said, Pat the Lab Rat. A lot of you may remember back at Smithtown, I did a character called Mr. TV Screen. He wasn't actually a ventriloquist figure, but I had him mounted to the side of a puppet stage, a puppet box rather. And so I'm going to be using him, holding him with my hand, and drawing him. Actually, I don't have a picture of it, but if you can kind of picture it, it's from the Magic Drawing Board from Axel Expressions. I'll be naming him Drew Sketchley. So I'll be using him. You kind of draw his face, his eyes, his head, his hair, his ears. So I know I'm not a very good artist, but I will be attempting to use Drew Sketchley with not only just with kids programs, but also for some comedy as well. The last character I'm working on, my family will know this name. We have a family friend back in the day, friends with my grandmother and grandfather. Her name was Auntie Joe. She had a very raspy voice. So I saw another character from Axel Expressions. Doesn't look just like Auntie Joe, but I'm trying to do a voice for a lady because I have all these male puppets and guy puppets. So I'm working on doing a character called Auntie Joe. Auntie Joe has a raspy voice. So I'll be using that. So this is vlog number 2. Thanks so much for your prayers. I'll keep you updated about the website, keep you updated about upcoming outreaches. And again, if you're out there, you're looking for someone to come and do a program for you, I would love to come. Oh, let me just share one last thing. That's the vision that I have for this. Being a children's pastor for 22 years, a lot of times I would go away during the summertime. I always wanted to try to find someone who could take my place. And I guess you could say I was always trying to find a twin brother. When I went away and for a week, someone who could come on Wednesday night and do puppets, do magic, and do different things. But I could never find that right person here on Long Island. Well, my vision is I want to be that person. I want to be that twin brother who can come in, lift up the hands of a children's pastor, a children's director, and just basically help them out and just really, support them. And if they're not able to be there, I can be there to step in and help them, but also to encourage them, not to take over, obviously, but just to come over and to encourage them and to be just a help to them as they're ministering to the children of their church. So my vision basically is to come and to be a support to churches, train people in kids ministry, as well as also do programs and share the gospel. But also, a mark of a good leader is that you raise other leaders. And I would like to raise other leaders and teach other people how to do this. I have been doing this for many years. Since 1984, as a student at Northeastern Bible College, I've been doing puppets. But ventriloquism has been something I added on in 2001 as another method to reach kids. So that's the vision that I have. Thanks so much for watching. And again, thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. And we're just going to continue to build this and see what God has in store for us. Thank you so much, and God bless.